give a quick introduction about myself, right? See, I'm MBA graduate from Acharya Institutes. It's about 4 years before we started Bro4U. To give a brief about my early days and how all this thought process started. I mean, I'm just a normal other college kids, but always we wanted to do something big in our life. That's a motto of our life. That's where everything started. With a bunch of my friends, about 7 to 8 people, I started this company. Everyone were then the professionals in the corporates. They were working in State Street, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan kind of companies. We were kind of done with that normal routine of employee life, because that wasn't challenging us much of what we were really having as a potential. So we thought one day we wanted to try and do something big. That's when the thought process of this electronic commerce or internet business came into our mind. That's when we started deciding to make the Bro4U. So that's about the early life. Early 2015, there's a lot of boom for the internet businesses. Like after 2010, right? All these big companies like Flipkart, Ola Cabs, Big Basket, all these people were trying to do something big in the internet space, because by then all the spaces other than the internet was already been covered, already been captured, and that the business has been stabilized over there. So this was a new opportunity because the internet penetration was happening in India. So then to look at what is remaining in the internet, we thought home services is something which is remaining, because the product space, the travel space, the stay accommodation space, everything was taken away by then. So we thought home services is the fresh new model of business we can start. That's when we decided to start Bro4U, which is into a home services businesses. I could still remember those days when I was still working in a corporate. I went to my manager and asked him, we wanted to start, and he graciously took my resignation there. And that's where about 2 months there precisely, I was serving the notice period. By then here we were also doing the background activity to start the company. While I was doing my notice period completion, the setup of Bro4U was already been done. That's how we choose to go into this idea, and we pursued this. To talk about the early starting days, for everybody, the main curiosity for any budding students to turn into entrepreneurship is how I can initially take that first start, which is always a question to anybody, because thoughts comes in your mind: what if I fail? What if things do not work? What if I become a biggest defaulter in my life? Because you also read a lot of news that big business people will turn into a very big, victims in the eyes of people, because by then they would have defrauded some people. The stress is always there for the students or anybody who wanted to try and start. In our case, we did not give much of the thought for all of that. There was a spark inside. We thought we really want to go and take that step, otherwise that spark may certainly get over. That's how in my story, we started. When the idea came, I immediately went around my very close friends, going back to my schooling days. I'm basically from Chikmagalur district, where I knew some of my schooling friends were good in technology, good in digital marketing, good in some of the marketing field. So, as I was telling earlier, I called some of my schooling friends. I could still remember those were about 5 to 10 minutes of a call. We were trying to convince them, we are doing one big business idea. You have to come and join us, so that the life of you will certainly take a drastic change. I could still remember about 5 to 7 people got convinced in the phone calls, because the pain point for all of us was pretty much same. We were not very happy with the corporate life. Great respect to that life, but for us it was not really working out. So that's how I managed to loop around the co-founders. I was pretty selective there, because we did not go to any Tom, Dick and Harry, because I had hundreds of friends, but we reached to some of the selective people who know the technology well, know the digital marketing well. And then for any businesses, right, the 2 ways of succeeding in the business. One is to go a bootstrap, otherwise to be an investor interested company, so that you grow fast, right? Because the simple rule of the business is you have to put money to take out the bigger money out of that. That's when we started scouting to the investors. Gracefully, we have got about 2 to 3 people who are trusted in our ideas, who liked our sincerity and who liked our vision, and they put on the money. in our business. There are equity investors with us. There are about 2 people who have invested. There is structured angel and early stage investors who have put the money within us. What the business is just started with one person, that is me. Today, after 4 years, we are about 100 employees a company. Serving in about 3 important Indian metro cities. We are in Bangalore, we are in Hyderabad, and we are in Pune. So that's about size of the business currently. I mean, to talk about this home services as a industry, right? We have about 2 to 3 players majorly in the India level who are trying to solve this one particular space. I'm sure when you Google, you get our competitor's name as well. I think in the large metrics, we are the number 2nd player in the India today. That's when we thought we wanted to add a lot of value-added services. I think in early 2017, we came up with a plan of introducing the bill payments and mobile recharge inside our site. In Bro4U, you can also recharge or pay any of your bills the way you're doing it in Paytm.
This is Divya here. I'm working in Bro4U Online Services Private Limited since 2.5 years. I have very good experience here because there is a lot of motivation with our managers, CEOs, everyone. So here what we do exactly, we hire the vendors and to our platform, and we generate the leads to them. So this is the Bro4U's main intention is here to generate the leads and deliver the leads, to provide the service for the home-based requirements. It's a mainly service-based industry.
Myself is Abid and I'm a senior manager in Bro4U. I'm completely handling the digital marketing over here, and it's been 3 years since I've joined Bro4U, and from the day one, I have met Pramod, who is our CEO, and personally, Pramod is a very dedicated guy. He started the Bro4U from his bedroom, and he had taken it to the very next level, and he has actually 2 mantras in his life. One is simple living and high thinking, and another one is go big or go home. So with this kind of a mantra in his life, go big or go home, we were able to expand our services to 4 cities as of now. Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, and Mumbai. And coming to work culture, he always implement simple living, high thinking mantra. And what he had done so far is he with his vision and with his idea, we have an open office culture. Open office culture is nothing but you don't have a particular cabin or anything. He is accessible for everyone. Any lower hierarchy people who wants to get in touch with him, he's always available. He's always carrying a smile on his face.
Hey folks, I have one advice to you, because if I could still remember my MBA days, that's 2 beautiful years, just 1 or 2 things which I have learned there, which is still cemented in my mind. The one is, the more the risk, more the return. This is one of the golden lesson you will learn in your MBA. My advice is, try and take a lot of risk in your life, come out as a real successful people, so that you are really contributing something to the economy back. Because see, today we have created about 100 direct employment and about 5 to 7,000 indirect employment, the way our service partners pretty much work. That's the kind of impact you could pretty much create on the society. So my advice for any MBA students is, in your 20s, do something really big. In your 30s, even 40s, you will certainly cherish that, and the rest of your life will be really good. Thank you very much.